This movie
And
better not be
Tom
that damn
Shelby.
confusing.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mother Supreme's Cabinet of Curiosities. Welcome to the hotel. My name is Liz Taylor, aka Kenny. I'll introduce you to the rest of the staff. Here we have right here is Miss Kinky Kitty 77.
Hey,
We have Michael,
So
and then
that's just my
Melinda
beautiful
and
man.
her Funko Pops and her, um, yes, the background queen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you're now entering room 64. Make sure it's not 3 a.m. Wink, wink.
Did something
All
happen at
right.
3 a.m.?
So this week's situation, if anybody's been paying attention, for the past, well, we didn't get to upload murder houses, unanswered questions. We'll probably have to redo that, but
Yeah, we have to redo.
later, later, we'll do it later.
We'll redo Murder House before we do Apocalypse.
There we
Right.
go. Yeah, we'll have to do that.
Yeah. Okay. So we've been covering each season's unanswered questions. It first really started off as unanswered questions, then it's like theories, and we just talk about it. So
It's a
last time,
discussion.
right, we did a freak show. So we're gonna skip. I don't know how long we're gonna skip until hotel because I feel like if we hurried up and just rushed it, then we wouldn't know what to talk about. But there's plenty of stuff to talk about. So we're gonna
Yeah.
do this week's video on the villains of AHS. So let's get started with season uno,
Well, first,
villains.
I forgot to say, I saw this shirt that it's an official American Horror Story shirt that is a villain shirt. So AHS lists their own villains of who they consider their villains.
Oh
See if I
yeah.
can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah.
Melinda, you added a shit ton of villains. Like I was only picking like 3 people.
Well,
Like
I was giving you guys a list so you would know what to go from.
Mhm.
I
I'm
know she
like,
was like
damn.
she was
I
the
just went through. I just
overachiever
went
head
through
of the
each.
class teacher's pet last night. I'm
I
like,
just went
damn.
through. I went through each season. I was like, well, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. I
Well,
told
literally
you
the whole cast of fucking Colt is a
hotel,
villain.
Okay. So
Hotel
here,
too.
yeah.
hotel.
So here is this goes up to freak show. It looks like this shirt when this shirt was made. So the first 4 seasons they have um, Twisty, Jude, Papa Legba, Rubberman, Doctor Arden, um, what's his face, bloody face, and who the what's his name's character from Murder House? Forget his name,
Oh,
the burn guy. But what was his name? The character's name?
Harvey. Larry Harvey.
Larry Harvey. Yeah, those are the ones that they listed as villains. So
Hmm.
there you
But
go.
there's so many more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought it was interesting because I disagree with half of that.
Okay, Murder House's
Why don't
villains.
why
We
don't we
gotta
talk about the
mention
main villains and then we can talk about our side villains who should be villains then.
True. Okay, so season one's main villain. I don't know if we're all on board with me, but season one's main villain is Hayden.
Hayden?
Mm,
I would say
Hayden,
so.
but does Hayden is Hayden's conflict in conflict with the story, the main story? That would be the story's villain.
Well, yeah, like I would say
She's in
Hayden
conflict
and
with
Tate
Yeah.
Tate. Yeah.
because he was himself, and then we found out he was the Rubber Man, but also Hayden because she fucked with not only the Harmon family's lives, but she fucked with Constance's. She murdered her boyfriend. What was his name? Like uh
Travis?
Travis.
Mhm.
That was
Um,
Constance's man.
I think I would say Constance is the main villain. She uses manipulation for everything to get away that whole season. And then we saw what happened to her in Apocalypse. She got the murder house.
True. We have
Good
lots
old
of
Ryan Murphy.
but I mean, she's like this. She's like this character that's in the shadows, in the corners, like she's creeping in the fucking house. Nobody knows about it, like stealing plates and stuff and silverware and
It's all manipulation.
literally. I don't know. I would say Hayden would be my main, because when you go back and rewatch it, like she's in like every episode, like she's the main person causing conflict and chaos, and we thought she fucking microwaved the fucking dog and all of that stuff on Halloween.
Well, I guess if you really look at it, had she not caused some of the problems she caused, they wouldn't have been in the house in the first place.
Literally.
Correct. But that's Ben's fault too.
Right.
Is Ben considered a villain?
I think Ben and Vivian could be, and it depends on what we're defining as villain.
Exactly.
I'm talking like antagonist, villain, like
yeah. That's why I said let's do main villain, and then we can discuss like side villains.
See, I don't think Murder House has a main villain.
I would say Tate and Hayden for the mains.
I agree with Katie. The house.
The house.
The house is a villain, yeah.
The house, yeah.
That's a good one.
The house for sure. That is the one that's the main villain then.
Yeah, that's the one that conflicts with everybody's story. That's the antagonist to everybody's plotline, is the house.
The title of the season is Murder House.
Yeah, see, I think in my random screwed up brain that like there was like some sort of like the house manipulated it so that Hayden screwed with Ben and they ended up out there in that house anyway to get away from her. So, like, I don't know.
That house is some evil shit.
It is.
It's a portal.
Yep.
The hell.
So, would you say that the reason Tate was the way he was like mostly because of the house, or was it like
they said it was
no.
in Apocalypse?
So basically,
that's canon. I mean,
so basically, the house is the fucking villain. Like the house is the reason there's Rubber Man and all that shit.
It's the portal that's the reason. The portal to hell, all the spirits of hell. The house is something to sit on top of it. But yeah, that it's all the spirits. It's all the evil. It's all that crap happening that is making these people do the things that they're doing. And who said it in Apocalypse that it was the house that did it to Tate, or was the evil that did it to Tate?
Wasn't that Madison?
Yeah, when she was telling
to Violet.
How the fuck did Madison know that though?
Because she's a witch and she's a Montgomery, and that's what they didn't tell us about.
Yeah, they didn't even mention that. Like they just, that was so stupid. Like they could have just flat out said like, "Oh, your fucking uncle's great nieces, whatever the hell." Like they could have said that, but anyways,
Lily Rabb and what's her face were on an interview one time, and they said that Ryan has never defined it. Ryan has never said yay or nay.
See, so and I think
they in their own heads had to make their own decision.
I think Tate, like, if he wouldn't have had that penchant for evil to like make him, influence him, I think he's just a spoiled fucking brat and ended up.
Look at the way Constance raised them. I mean, that's one broken asshole.
Yeah. So like the evil could get at him because he's so fucked up.
He was a sociopath to begin with, who just happened to be influenced by more evil.
Do you think he's a sociopath? What defined him as a sociopath in the beginning, though? We don't know his early childhood.
Psychopath, then?
Yay, guys! Diana's in the comments.
Okay, what's up, Diana? She the only one?
She says, "Hi guys, I am supposed to be on camera?" ? You don't have to be on camera when you join, because I'm not.
I'm accidentally.
See, look.
I always am. And Melinda always is. Show your beautiful faces, people.
There are just some things that I don't want to share with the internet yet.
Youngins.
I know, right?
But get her. Get her.
She says, "Hi guys, I don't know how to do this."
Oh, she's thinking she's gonna be talking on the show when you send an invite.
Oh,
Yeah,
do you want to join us tonight? Like, I need your. Let me message on Facebook.
Yeah, just message.
Don't give your email address on YouTube.
Yeah, no doubt. My Gmail got hacked this year. I had to change everything. It affected everything. I lost a credit card that way. It was in all of my accounts. That the hack it was a disaster.
Oh God.
And I'm like, who wants my? If you want my identity so bad, come take it, please. I welcome you. Come.
Do you guys know if it has to be just Gmail? I think it is. It has to be a Gmail.
Yeah, I think it has to be a Gmail because it's Google Hangouts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It goes on the Google stuff.
Hope you don't do Yahoo, Diana.
I do Yahoo. I do Yahoo. Yahoo's my main mail. Because Gmail got hacked.
She says, "No, this is fine. I can join this way." Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about a Gmail and all that stuff later. Just I'll read your comments and stuff though.
There you go.
All right. Asylum. The fucking villains.
Well, we
of
done with
Asylum.
Murder House already? Oh God, there's too many of them. Bloodyface is the antagonist of the season. Both of them.
I don't know. What about Arden?
Well, yeah, I mean, but then you got your sub-villains. Arden affects certain
What about Eunice?
plot lines.
Eunice is possessed by the devil.
But the devil was the kid. Was not Eunice.
Eunice was the fucking devil.
The devil was
the devil. Yeah. Yeah, Eunice was just the body.
I don't know though about him. I don't think there is a main villain for Asylum because Asylum had it had his own like side story, and each side story had its own villain. So I would say it has to be more than one.
Thinking about each of the seasons, I would say that all of the seasons are going to be like this, except for like Cult. And Cult has a main villain. But there's a lot of like Asylum. There's so many different character storylines going on.
Yeah, because basically everybody is like categorized as evil in that asylum anyway.
Well, once we get to Hotel, that's about the same thing.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, multiple people's storylines affecting each other in different ways. So if you had to classify a villain, the textbook villain, I would say it's the Bloody Faces because they're the overreaching, arc of the whole season.
Well, so we say Bloody Face, but that's because they spent most of their time focusing on him. But if we're gonna talk about like kills and like severity and like depravity, I guess, what about Lee Emerson?
Who?
Lee Emerson, Killer Santa. What about him?
Yeah,
he was pretty depraved.
Didn't Lana say she was gonna write a book about him? Like, what the fuck happened with his character?
He died.
He died? I don't remember that.
No, I'm sure they all did. How long ago it was?
Oh, well, yeah.
No, I think if you're looking at literary and you define villain, the villain needs to be the protagonist or the antagonist that affects the protagonist's story. So we got to look at who the protagonists are of Asylum, and that would be Evan Peters and Sarah Paulson. So I would say Bloodyface affected both of their stories more than anybody. That's how I came to that conclusion.
But I would consider Jude like a third protagonist.
Well, Jude, Jessica, all of Jessica Lange's characters are so interesting because they're all broken women.
Yeah, very much so. What about the aliens? Would you guys consider the aliens as a bad guy or a good guy?
What's the word for like a background character? Like we don't know their intentions. Like,
but doesn't that scare you? So maybe make them seem like a bad guy because you don't know.
Doesn't scare me, but it could scare me.
I love aliens.
I don't know. I thought the aliens. I would like to see a season dealing with that, but to have them shoehorned into this season, I thought was a little crap.
I don't know. I feel like if they do Aliens, they need to do it the right way. Like they got to make it right.
They just need to have a season.
So it's got to be really collective writing, and it's got to take some time.
Creative. It's got to be a lot of time spent on that topic.
Yeah, like there can't be like an apocalypse type of shit going on where we have a quick writing and sloppy, whatever.
Well, I think that's what went wrong with Asylum too. In certain places, I think they used the aliens as a cop out when they got themselves back in the corner. Just like, oh, the walls will light up and we can escape out of here.
Diana says, "Do you guys like the aliens?" I do.
I do.
No. Not in this season. Not in this storyline.
Aliens should be separate series. Ooh.
Yes, exactly.
I'd fucking watch it.
I would.
Netflix that shit and make it a spinoff. I'm for it.
Netflix and chill, baby.
What year did Signs come out?
Uh,
Yeah, I wonder if Ryan had some aliens in there because he was influenced by Signs.
I don't know, but I want another Ghost season. For a while, at least.
I'm so tired of ghost shit.
Right? Diana says Stephen King and Rice both went to Aliens. Stephen King.
Yeah, Dreamcatcher was the first.
Dreamcatcher with that. What was the one with the dog rotting in the car? Oh, Desperation. God, that book was gross.
I love the Gerald game.
Well, okay, that's my favorite Stephen King book. Oh my god.
I liked it.
That was my favorite Stephen. That is the only book that ever scared me reading it.
Because it's like some real shit. Like besides that creepy guy in the corner, but other than that, it's like a real scenario that could happen.
Well,
and that's the scary part. Diana says it. I didn't watch it. I didn't like it. I don't know.
Yeah,
my cup of tea. The original or the remake?
I will
the remake sucked.
The remake,
I thought the remake was good.
But the story, I'm not sure about. I haven't seen it.
I didn't like it.
I'm a Tim Curry Pennywise fan to the end.
We grew up on that though. Okay,
I'm a Tim Curry doctor, whatever the fuck.
Frank Carter.
Yeah.
Okay, back on villains.
All right, so
Coven.
Stay on task.
Hard.
Wait, are we done with Asylum? That was quick.
Well, we're just going through like each season, and then at the end we're gonna we'll have some fun with it.
Kevin's got a view.
Marie Laveau, maybe.
I would say
Delphine before Marie.
Fiona is your villain.
Delphine.
Yeah, Fiona.
Fiona is your villain.
Fiona. Because she like
ruthless.
Right.
Our protagonist is what's her face, and so Fiona is her antagonist. I'm drawing a blank on all the characters' names today.
Fiona is the main for Coven because she like if she was gonna turn her back and stab her daughter in the back, like she gave a fuck about nobody else.
Nobody.
You know what I mean?
That's right. Nobody but her own looks and her own health. Oh shit, RuPaul's on tonight.
Yeah, I would say Fiona. Like,
that
bitch. I mean, I guess if we want a second one, it could be Marie Laveau and all that.
Well, yeah,
but that conflict only lasted like how many episodes?
No, see, that's why if you pick a second one, it has to be Delphine. Because Delphine-wise, based off of what she did and how much screen time, I think she has more screen time than Marie.
Nice.
Yeah.
She's one of my favorite AHS characters.
I mean, how this season opens with her.
Oh yeah,
blood on her face.
Yeah, putting that blood on her face and chaining up them slaves and getting pissed her dollars.
But again, whose story does she affect? Really, Queenie's, and that's about it.
Marie's, I guess.
Yeah, they're all rivals. I mean, she's just an evil bitch.
Yeah, her main line definitely was
villains. I don't even know. Like, Twisty and Dandy.
Dandy is Dandy.
I would say Dandy over Twisty.
Yeah.
Twisty was scarier.
Twisty is
story was cool, but Dandy was the real villain there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Diana says yes, Delphine did gruesome things. Right.
I guess a secondary villain, I would say, he didn't have much screen time, but was a pretty bad guy from the little bit of time we saw him, was Pastor Charles.
Who?
Right?
Who?
No.
I didn't hear you. Who did you say?
No, hold on. I'm on the wrong page.
I thought you said Pastor Charles. Like, who the fuck is that?
That's why I had to stop.
Like, who the fuck is Pastor Charles?
Well, that's Colt.
There's a Pastor Charles in Colt?
Yes. You remember the creepy guy who had all the bodies chained up and everything, and then they go
yeah.
Rick Springfield. Did you know that was Rick Springfield?
Yeah. Hashtag Pastor Charles, everybody.
Yeah.
Hashtag Pastor Charles.
He's the fucking OG. He's the coup de grace of villains on AHS. He trumps everybody. It's fucking Pastor Charles. He wins. He wins the fucking title.
That's fun. The dog gimp in there.
I mean, would you guys consider Elsa a villain?
Elsa Mars? Yes.
I would.
Absolutely. She may be the main villain of that season.
Yeah.
She's the one.
Stanley was kind of a villain too, but it's like Elsa was helping him too.
But Elsa,
do you know what I mean?
But Elsa's story is so complicated in the Freak Show.
Stanley, you know what I mean? Like, she was more willing to trade and sell her own people, whereas they didn't mean anything to him to begin with. Sure, they did.
But at the same time, we talked about this last week with Freak Show. At the same time, Elsa brought all of those people together, and she brought all those people together with the right intentions. So can she be the main villain or a villain with having internal intentions to do good like that?
That's why I'm wishy-washy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's hard.
Elsa's confusing.
She's a tortured soul.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All of her characters are.
What about Marjorie? What do you guys think about that?
Marjorie. My Marjorie.
Diana says all Jessica's characters you love and hated, good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Marjorie was a bit much, but I liked it.
Well, it was when the twist happened with Marjorie, then it was really cool. When you found out what Neil was going through and all of that, his post-traumatic stress disorder and his brain disorder stuff from the war, that was really interesting. I went to school with Neil Patrick Harris.
Marjorie wasn't even the villain. It was Chester the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
You said you went to school with Neil Patrick Harris?
Yeah, I'm good friends with him.
I heard he's an asshole, honestly. I heard
he's not. No, really? Oh my God, Neil is so sweet. He's so sweet.
No, that makes me very happy to hear because I was very sad when I heard he was an asshole.
Really, in high school, he was really shy. He was really.
I love Doogie Howser. Okay,
that's how he was in high school. That's how Neil was in high school. He was Doogie Howser. He's real geeky, real shy. Oh yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
So he didn't even have to act. He's just like, yep.
Well, Doogie Howser wasn't his first role. He got his start from Children of Lesser God because Mark Madoff was writing the screenplay, and we were all at a theater workshop, and Neil had the look that Mark Madoff was looking for. Neil was just sitting in that room at that time. The young, boyish-looking teenager is exactly what Mark Madoff wanted. And there you go. That was Neil's career. I'm like, you little bastard, you have my career.
Now I like the movie even more.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, Neil's a good kid. Great. Well, he's not a kid anymore, but it's great.
This one's going to be difficult. I have
one more really good villain from Freak Show.
Who?
Vince.
Who?
Vince is Penny's dad.
Oh, yeah. He's a villain to Penny, absolutely. Uh-huh.
I think anybody who can strap their own kid down and do that to their kid is a villain. I mean,
Oh yeah, of course.
Right?
regardless, just
Freakshow has some evil in it, some pure evil.
yeah.
Okay, Hotel's gonna be hard because there's like a lot of like I wouldn't say like villains, the whole cast is villains, but they're not necessarily good people, but they're still protagonists. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I think they're all villains.
So
They each have a story.
Yeah,
I would say
the Countess and March are your main
Even
villains.
Iris, you come down to Iris and you wouldn't think to name Iris as a villain, but even Iris has her villainous ways.
I would say John, right? Because he
Yeah,
fucks with everybody's.
But
Well,
isn't John?
John or March would be the
Yeah,
main.
because John
Because
is under the control of March. Yeah. Mhm.
And then probably the Countess second to those two.
Yeah. I agree with that.
But then at some point, the Countess kind of becomes like a protagonist. You know what I mean?
In her own story, sure.
Once you get more
As-
to her, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When
And then it's
John
kinda
turns,
like-
she turns the other way.
But it's kind of weird because it's like when the show first starts off, it's like the Countess is in side scenes, like she's she's just in the corner. We see what's happening, but then like halfway through the season, it like starts like the episode will start with Countess. We're hearing her thoughts. We're hearing her like, you know what I mean? She's narrating. It's her episode pretty much. So it's kind of like she becomes a protagonist, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting to watch her and John's story parallel and change at the same time. Like as John goes to the dark side, the Countess is coming around, and who is the John hunting? The Countess. So it's really interesting.
What about those evil little demon children?
I don't like children in horror stories. No.
I don't know if we'll have to save this for the fucking unanswered questions, but why the fuck were those kids so fucking eager to like die for their mom? Like, what the fuck?
They're
it's like that bitch got shot in the fucking face. Like what? 10 hours later.
Well, they've got her blood in them.
Although, wait a second. Pause. Hold that thought.
Wait a second.
Put whatever in it. Reverse hashtag. Everybody clap your hands because because the whole timeline got fucked up, so we can't even talk about the Countess getting killed.
I don't want to talk about Hotel. God.
We're gonna have to save that thought for a later stream, y'all.
We're gonna have to go back to we need to do Hotel and Apocalypse together.
Why? So we can make
No, because Apocalypse screwed Hotel.
But then we got to do Murder House, though.
Yeah, the only way to freely talk about Hotel is just to Hotel doesn't mean anything anymore.
So we'll talk about Hotel and Apocalypse, and we'll just skip Colt and Roanoke.
Do Colt and Roanoke first.
We gotta do it. We gotta do them in order. However, when it comes to Apocalypse, we're gonna have to have like an extra long fucking episode because we gotta talk about Murder House, Hotel, and like all of that shit. God damn it, Ryan! Why did he do that? Anyways, I think it's pretty obvious who the main villain for Roanoke is.
Who? The butcher, the house, the colonist.
I would say the butcher, aka the. Oh no! Wait a second. Is the butcher even a fucking villain, or is it Scathach because she's controlling them?
That's Scathach. Yeah.
Well, the butcher, Scathach isn't controlling the butcher. The butcher gave herself to.
Yeah. It's the butcher's intentions.
Right, but like Scathach is the one behind the curtain, the puppet pulling the puppet master pulling the strings and stuff.
I don't think she's pulling the strings. She's giving them the ability to do so. But the strings are pulled by the butcher because she's the one that's making the decisions. Scathach is just letting her do it. Is giving her the power to do it.
Right.
But Scathach, that's an evil bitch. She's all gross.
One thing I was just going to say, the Polk.
The Polk.
I don't know, man. I would have to go with the Polk because the other people only come out on the blood moon. The Polks are always fucking there.
Right.
The Polks are my favorite thing.
And it's kind of like, at
American
this
Horror
point,
Story.
I would rather get brutally fucking butchered by the butcher than to deal with the fucking Polks and
No
their creepy
shit.
ass backward
No
hillbilly.
shit.
You
We
know what
could
I
do
mean?
a
It's like when they
whole-
ran to the Polk house, they run. I would have ran back to the fucking colonists. Like, I would have been like, all right, I give up.
Right?
Oh man, I love the Polks
Like,
so much.
fuck
That is
that
true
shit.
horror. That is Ryan's best.
I live in the
horror.
cornfields.
Yeah.
We already see enough of the Polks.
Mhm.
Fuck that.
They're great.
Fucking, what was her name? Kathy Bates'
Mama?
other character.
Agnes.
Agnes.
Yeah, Agnes. Like, I mean, she was
Oh,
funny.
Agnes was just crazy.
I enjoyed her.
hmm I love Roanoke. Roanoke's one of my favorite seasons. So much fun.
I liked Roanoke. I really enjoyed
I would
Roanoke.
say Roanoke is the most violent season.
Yeah, it is. Bro, I think Roanoke is
Yeah.
the true horror season
Because
of the entire
every
series.
fucking
Roanoke is-
episode was
Yes.
jam-packed murder, gruesome, bloody shit in your face.
and there was jump scares, there was frightening stuff, there was stuff that you didn't want to walk around your house at the end in the dark and shit. Roanoke was truly scary. People just didn't like the reality show aspect of it. And I thought it was so unique the way they did that.
Yeah. I liked it. I thought it was different. It was fresh. It was new. It
So
touched on
fresh.
people's obsession with reality TV and how deadly that can be.
The
I
format
loved
was great. There was no intro in the reality show intro instead. I thought it was incredibly unique. Incredibly unique season.
I liked it.
Go on. Most people
I
hate
still
it.
wish we would have had an intro.
No, it would have ruined the whole mystique of it.
But
I
like
would've
an
put it-
intro and then they do what they did. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I would have put the intro on episode 10, and that's it. Just do an intro for the final episode when they had all them scattered stories and stuff.
That would have been a good idea.
Yeah.
But for the two reality shows, leave it with their intro, and then on the last episode do a American Horror Story intro. But at the end credits, we always got just a black
I hope
screen
Kitty
that had the
isn't
intro
trying to
music.
talk. She's on mute.
Kitty, you on mute?
She's been on mute for a while, so I hope she's not trying to.
I muted myself.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I was like, you're on mute, right?
Oh,
Did you have anything to add, Kitty?
I was talking about something else.
Oh, okay.
It was not AHS related. I'm so sorry.
hashtag real life.
Well, I saw Kitty like thinking, and I'm like, I hope she's not like, I hope she doesn't think that we hear her, because that would have been so like horrible. If, like we get to the end of the stream, like Kitty's still talking, like
Looks like a really bad anime.
yeah.
That tells me one thing.
Goddamn
dubbing.
Colt. Like, is there one good character in Cold? Like, not an antagonist. Like,
That's what's so special about Colt. That's what I like about Colt. Is Colt showed just the ugliness of the world. Just how people will just screw. Yeah, Twisty wasn't real in Colt though.
No.
he was a
He
fucking.
really was the alley.
Yeah.
Twisty was just. I hate the fact that Twisty was in there. Doesn't make sense. Absolutely doesn't make sense.
You guys want a sneak preview to the unanswered questions for Colt? What the fuck? It was so convenient that nobody was in the store. Like, nobody was in the store at the time all that shit happened. Like,
It's the same thing with
nobody
Murder House.
fucking
It was
store.
the same thing with Murder House. It's like they do like all these weird camera angles and these weird stuff that's happening in a normal everyday house or a normal everyday grocery store that is
And there's
just weird.
nobody there. It's
Mhm.
empty.
Well, the hospital in Coven, that drove me freaking nuts.
I know.
The whole hospital turned into this big freaking psychedelic nightmare. I'm like, what the hell?
And
Like
like there were no
zombie patients
nurses
walking
around. Like the
and zombie
lights were
patients.
out.
And zombie patients walking up and down the hallway with their catheters
Hey,
bleeding and
guys,
shit.
I'll be right back.
Okay, usually I don't.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
I would say for main villain, obviously Kai.
Obviously.
And they get what they do.
Trump.
Pretty much.
Yeah, definitely not.
Mm-hmm. It's all about Trump.
Yeah.
John Jones did the same fucking thing.
That was pretty fucked up when Kai killed what's her tits.
Let's see. Who's tits?
Billy Lord. What the fuck was her
Yeah,
name?
his sister. Winter.
Winter. I thought she was gonna be a witch, but whatever.
You gotta wait till you're out of Billy Lord the next season.
Literally.
Oh my god, I miss Billy Lord's character in Scream Queens. She's so fucking funny.
I'm muting myself on purpose. Don't nobody panic.
All right.
Okay.
It's quiet.
Well, we got to go back to what's his name, Pastor fucking Charles.
Yeah, there you go. Back to Charles again.
That scene was so weird and random. That whole scene of them in that place.
But I heard that shit. I heard that shit is real though. That they really have these psychos really have these fucking haunted houses and shit like that where they fucking tie people up and abuse people. That was kind of like a murder a hotel thing that he was executioner of sins the same way that March was.
It pissed me off how they mentioned Lana Winter's name for a hot second. Like, really?
Such a throw in. We're in the same universe, guys. Here we are.
Right.
On TV.
We did it. Like, that's just so stupid. Like,
I was more happy that they said Rachel Maddow.
Well, at least they didn't say Lana Winter's fucking croaked.
Yeah, when they throw real world stuff into the seasons and then our fictional people in the mix with the real stuff, it gets a little off. It's weird. Like Trixie Mattel and AJ Marino in episode 10 of Cult. They were reviewing Roanoke the entire season on YouTube, and then all of a sudden they're in the show. And then, like Trump and Clinton, and then you got, Rachel Maddow and all this stuff thrown. It takes me out of the show when they do that.
You know what I just realized? Is it just me or was in Murder House and Hotel, especially Hotel, when Billie Dean was doing her show? Obviously, the camera didn't record John, or John. It didn't record him.
And all the rest
How
of them,
the fucking Roanoke did the cameras record all of the fucking spirits?
Good point. Because I guess for the reality show, it did. Well, did it capture it for the reality show, or did the reality show just capture them saying they're seeing that mess?
No, because we all saw it from the camera's point of view. We saw the pitchforks, the whole fucking lights and all that stuff. We saw them getting killed, and we saw all of it. So I'm like, that was kind of like a plot hole for doing a camera season.
Did we see the camera for Billy?
The whole show was, or the whole other 5 episodes were from cameras.
No, I know that. I'm saying in Hotel. Did we see the camera's view? What the camera was looking at?
Yes, we saw.
We did. Okay.
We saw the camera, and we saw her just talking, she was talking to him.
That's right. She was just talking to the room. Yeah.
And I'm like, well, if Roanoke and Hotel and Murder House are portals, and it's basically the same type of scenario, why the fuck on Roanoke was that the only place where they could capture ghosts? Okay, so great, they captured ghosts on video. Shouldn't that be a breakthrough? Oh shit, they really captured these situations. You know what I mean? That was just so stupid.
I'm gonna have to see. Let me first.
# Ghost Live.
I want to see if there is what it looked like from the cameras. Are we sure that it showed them on the cameras?
I think, yeah.
Let me see. I'll turn an episode on.
That would have been even if they would have captured John, they would have been like, who's that man on this camera?
Yes.
Melinda, did you catch what I said?
I don't think the reality show.
You said about them being on camera.
Yeah, the plot hole. What do you think about that, Kitty?
The kitty girl.
Good to hear you, because my son was complaining that it's his first day of work, and I'm not listening to him say about his first day of work, because everybody was gathered in my freaking bedroom because my 1-year-old grandson is asleep. So I'm going to excuse myself for just a couple minutes.
Okay. Diana says, thank you guys for the invite, you guys. I have to run. Hopefully I can set up for next time. Yes, for sure.
Okay, let me see here.
Bye, Diana.
What's a good Roanoke episode? Figure this out. What episode is the Chins in?
Who?
The Chins.
Well, the first episode,
Which
episode 6, we saw at the end, those two nuns, or not nuns, those two nurses killed the what was Evan's character's name?
Yeah,
My-
yeah, that's episode 5, wasn't it?
Rory.
Rory, that's episode 5.
And they were spirits, obviously. So like,
Yeah, but did that show that on camera? Did we see that?
yes, it was like it was like a camera, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying, was anybody watching the monitor back and saw them on the monitor? That's what I'm trying to see if Roanoke ever
yes,
showed that.
yes, because what was Taisa's character and her group of friends were in that room where all those monitors were, and they saw the people with the pitchforks and stuff at the house, or something like that.
Episode where they were.
I don't
burning with
remember
steak.
that episode.
Yeah, it's the last episode, isn't it?
I
Episode
think
10.
or 9.
9 maybe.
Because 10 was like Lee's trial and
It's
all
9.
that.
It's 9. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
10 is separate from the show. Because let me see when they got him on the
pulled up already.
What?
Hell, we even saw Lee's husband on camera. His ghost popped up for a hot second.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're there.
I don't think Lee was a bad guy.
Lee?
She was a bad guy.
Yeah, Lee, well,
I would
Lee was
say,
just
I don't know. I liked Lee's
broken.
character, but like, I mean, obviously she made a big fucking mistake for killing a man.
Lee was
Obviously,
a
but
flawed
like,
character. It was a flawed character
you know.
for specific reasons. Lee
She
was
killed
very, very
she
flawed
killed the
because of
husband,
love.
but the bitch had it coming.
Well, it was all for this misguided love, just absolutely uncomprehendable love for her daughter, that she thinks everything else doesn't matter and everything else is out to get her, and this typical of an addict and things that they're going through. She thinks the whole world's against her, but she did it for love. So
I just want to remind everybody, if you guys are enjoying the show, please go ahead and thumbs up the stream.
Is anybody watching the show? I don't think anybody's watching the show.
They're going to
It's
watch
just
it.
Diana. Huh?
They're going to watch it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we got like last week we got 25 views.
Hey,
Coven 25, Asylum 31.
hey.
It's all in a title.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Here they go. They're going to the house now.
We gotta see if this this fucking
Yeah.
plot hole gets debunked. Well, that's stupid though. If it's like,
Well, when we get to Roanoke, I'm gonna rewatch Roanoke because Roanoke's so much fun to rewatch.
it's so stupid though. Like the ghost showed up on camera, but yet and still, wait a second, Liz fucking Taylor showed up on camera too when Sally had her fucking iPhone.
Yes, she did. No, did she?
And that was after Liz died, right? Or was it before?
Before. It was before.
It was before Liz died, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Something's up with that. Why is Roanoke the only season where ghosts are on camera?
Kenny, I know where it's at.
Because it's a reality show.
When Matt was watching the safety monitors from the house, he saw the people with the pitchforks.
Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So why? Like, why is that? Like, why do we not see John on camera with Billy Dean?
Plot holes.
Big old holes.
You gonna roll for different writers?
All right. Speaking of plot holes, it's a good segue to the last season of villains. Fucking Apocalypse.
Hello.
Obviously, it's Michael. Obviously, Michael and Venable, right?
It's Venable. She's a victim of Michael's too. It's Michael. You can also say John Briones' character. What is his name?
Ariel.
Ariel. his character was kind of a villain too.
Ariel Augustus.
Yeah.
What about Adina Porter's character? I forgot her name.
Dinah Stevens.
Dinah Stevens.
No, I think
she wasn't really a villain, but she was like a traitor at the end.
She was a villain. She got everybody killed.
Yes, she did.
I mean, a traitor. She was a traitor.
Yeah, traitor.
A traitor and a villain. She got everybody killed. In that coven, she got all of the witches killed, except for Myrtle and Cordelia.
I really wish they would have cast somebody different for that role. It was so weird seeing her do Angela Bassett, because it was like they were both there, both terrible. But if we hadn't known that we didn't know, it may have pulled off better. This is weird. Well, I think never mind. I don't think her performance was weird. It was that episode where it opened up with her doing the chicken bones and stuff that the whole season went south. So I have a really bad taste for that character because of that episode.
Yeah, when she was helping the suburban house.
What the fuck are we doing this for? I can't wait to bitch about Apocalypse. It's like you had a really solid thing going, and then basically they took the whole season and threw it in the trash.
They threw it in the trash once they tied in, once they threw the witches in and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like if they wanted to do we've already discussed this, but I'm going to say it again. I'll say it a million times. If they wanted to do a fucking crossover season, it would have been from episode 1 to fucking end. It would not have been 3 episodes. It's a completely different show. And then all of a sudden, bam, here's the witches, and we're going to completely change it up a bit.
For a crossover, don't you think they should have given us a couple more episodes, especially because of all the filler they did?
If it's a crossover season, shouldn't we have a few more episodes at the murder house?
Well, that was the thing. It was like, you say what you want about Apocalypse. The crime that he committed was he wrote 3 episodes that meant nothing. That were just garbage. It's like you spent those 3 hours.
No, 4. Because episode 8. Yeah. Episode 8 sucked.
Those 4 episodes of TV. When you have 4 additional hours right there that you could have done something with the characters. It was absolutely that first episode 7, when I was watching, or was it 6? 6 was Murder House, right? So episode 7, I left out of the bathroom. I left out of the bedroom. I went to my husband. He's like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And I was like, "That was the first time I was ever absolutely disgusted with American Horror Story." I was like, "That was the worst episode of TV I've ever seen. It was absolute garbage." And then the whole rest of the season played that way.
Okay. For all the people out there who are like, well, this is the only year that they could do the crossover. He had to do it.
Why?
I'm sorry. Well, then maybe, just maybe.
Don't do it.
We should not have connected each season. And it should have stayed an anthology then. If I'm just saying, like, of course, I would love it if like they had a good another witch season that crossed over. But if they're not going to be able to give us a good season that's crossed over, then maybe, just maybe, we should keep it anthology then.
Yes.
See, if we're gonna have to worry about the actors and their times and all that stuff, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, you know what I mean?
So there's something so old traditional, so old school, so magical about having a troupe of actors coming in each season and reinventing the wheel and playing new characters and experiencing new things. That's why Ryan and Brad wrote the show, was to have a troupe based. They wrote it about actors. It was about actors coming in and being a troupe and, constantly changing the roles. Back in Shakespearean days, things like that. But then no, they had to connect this crap, and then now it's morphed into something that's totally shouldn't have never been. I think it absolutely should have stayed anthology.
Like, I wouldn't be opposed to them connecting it, but in the right way, like you know what I mean, like doing it justice.
I don't think there's ever a right way. I don't think you'll ever please it. Oh, Lord, fucking Angela Bassett just got killed. I don't think I'm ever gonna please everybody when you do that, because there's so many characters, there's so many plot holes that can happen, there's so much that. And I don't think they ever planned to do this from the start. I think when they put Pepper in as a little nod into Freak Show, then I think their wheels started turning and they started putting all this together. And you can't tell me that they thought out this apocalypse mess. They were writing that shit week by week.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think it goes back to what we've all said, though. I think there was a different idea. We started it, and then it was like, oh shit, what do we do now?
Mm-hmm. Well, why would they? Why
I'll
would they
fucking
have
tell
left the
you.
radiation season?
Let's just start the season in October like it used to. Why do we got to do it in September?
I hate that because
ratings
it's so early now.
It's because of
I like the Halloween episodes on Halloween.
It's because of ratings and sponsorship.
The year.
It's ratings and sponsorship. The network on it.
Remember how Cole came on Tuesdays? What the fuck was that about?
Because I don't know.
The election.
The election day. Yeah, maybe they wanted it to coincide with the election day.
That's the only thing I can figure.
But what was on Wednesdays in this place? I don't remember.
I really fucking hope that they like get their shit together with this show, and like they I think season 8, if we're gonna get any more good writers and good episodes, season 8 should be a lesson of what not to do. Especially if we're gonna have another crossover with the witches.
If we're doing this mess, I say end it at 10. We don't need to go into 15, 16, 17, 18, 20 seasons, because all you're going to do is you're going to drive this show in the ground, and people are going to resent the show by the time it's done. You're going to think it's the worst show on TV.
Well, I feel like they could keep it going, but at season 10, end it like all the previous seasons end tying together at season 10.
Yeah, kind of like what Marvel did. You have this big package. That's it. That's the story. That's the graphic novel. Put it on the shelf, and we need to start it new.
And and then it's a clean slate, and we can have new actors and do this and that.
And new
you know what I mean? That's the only way. Like, if we go into 15 season, if there's a season fucking 13 that's a Murder House Coven and fucking, I don't know, fucking aliens connected together, they'd better do it justice.
Well,
and they better not have filler episodes. Otherwise, like, I cannot see them doing another apocalypse. Meaning fucking the whole shit up.
Exactly. I will give Ryan the benefit of the doubt that was his Achilles heel. That was just his one bad. Because I never thought of the show that way up until the last part of Apocalypse. I was always jazzed about the show. I was always defending the show. I was always behind what Ryan was doing.
I don't want to always bitch about this, but it's like, Ryan, if you're somehow watching it, like, I'm sorry, but we can't not bitch about this season because it kind of fucks up with all the other seasons. But so it's like we can't not bitch about it.
There was so much wrong with the back half of that season. It was poorly acted. It was poorly written. It was poorly designed. It was thrown away. It was a joke of American Horror Story.
And it's not like we're being shady.
No, we love the show.
Ryan or anything. It's just like they made a mistake this season, and I understand. Sometimes actors and their schedules and all of that stuff, but I feel like it just should have been. It should have had more focus on. Like, it should have been like I don't know, like a big project to do, like maybe in a year or two. That way they spend the time mapping it out correctly and getting every sort of detail. Like this has to be on point. Because I'm sorry, but I thought once we did this witches shit, we weren't going to see them again. We should not have to see witches again. They should have done the justice.
I was pissed that they made that announcement.
I love the witches, and I don't want to see them again. I love the witches, and I don't want to see them again.
Absolutely
because I'm sorry, but it's like they already fucked it up. I don't want to see them fuck it up even more.
And let me tell you what you're going to see again is you're going to see focus on Billy Lord. That will be the witches.
Which I don't mind, actually. I really like her character. I really like the character of Mallory. I like the evolution of her throughout Apocalypse.
Well, she was a good light touch to the season. Like, she was a good light character because the rest of them were fucking dark and evil and whatever. And she was like this balanced, good.
But
I like her character.
She had her arc, and now we're going to be pushing it all on her again in this new crossover season, where they're just going to expand this character into who knows what.
But no, though. Here's my fucking point, though. The fact that they had that stupid ass the last 5 minutes with the whole new birth of the Antichrist. Okay, so let's just think about this. This might be far-fetched. So Kathy Bates and her little fucking gaggle of whatever the fuck, Satan worshippers or whatever, they're going to end up raising the child, obviously. Probably murdering the parents, which I wouldn't be opposed to because they were both fucking stupid. But they're going to end up raising the children, or the child. He's gonna end up because the reason that the bombs went off in the first place was because of Kathy Bates and their Satanist group.
Yeah.
And then that one lady who knew Mutton
Yeah.
Madeline.
so it's all gonna happen again, except it's gonna be a
That was the
different,
point.
like
That
that
was the
lady's gonna be like, oh, you're the Antichrist. I know a group of men who can help you, and the same thing is gonna happen again.
That's the point. The cycle will always repeat itself. If it was meant to be, it was meant to be.
So then, if that's the case, we can't necessarily have a futuristic season without explaining what the fuck happened with what's his face, the new baby.
I hope we don't have a futuristic season. Anytime they bring this shit into space, it's dumb as fuck.
Well, not necessarily space, but like just like future type of shit. Which I think that would be interesting and cool, but I don't think they have the budget to do it anyhow.
They don't have the budget.
I don't know. They had a pretty big budget, and they can be creative.
I just feel like if we have a lot of past seasons, why the fuck can't we have a futuristic season? I'm not talking 10 years down the road. I'm talking 100.
Yeah. Let's go back to the Middle Ages, Civil War.
Season 9 had better be in the fucking past. Right, I kind of do too. Like Civil War, like boring.
Ew.
No, there's so much mystery about all that stuff, though.
Watch me just say ill boring, and that be season 9.
Might be. I'd be all over.
I'm gonna get pissed.
Like Civil War or something.
I probably just jinxed it. Fuck.
But if you study the Civil War, there's so much pain. There's so much just horror. It's pure horror. It's one of the worst, darkest times in this country.
I'm sorry, but I don't want a Salem season either.
No,
God, we've already had Salem season.
Too cliche.
Yeah.
Freaking dumb. I can't.
Yeah.
He needs to do something like what he did with Freak Show and what he did with Asylum. Even it was like, let's take this broad niche of an idea and expand on it and just go for it. Because defining horror in a specific, like, we got to have vampires, or we got to have aliens, or we got to have werewolves. I think the show does better when it's just like, let's take these group of people and let's make it horrific and go from there.
I'm going to tell you guys why the next season. I'm saying it today. It's going to be about aliens.
Yeah,
whether that be a side plot or a main plot. There's way too many goddamn fucking clues in Apocalypse that it can't be about fucking aliens. Or some shit. Like, there's way too many goddamn clues. The fucking technologically advanced shit. The up in the sky, they see the bombs dropping. That's like every fucking alien movie. Fucking, the laser beams and all that shit. The fucking office that, what's his tits? Evan Peters and fucking... Mutton, what the fuck is his name? Mutton, what?
Jeff.
See, that's how much they're so unimportant. Like, I don't even know their fucking name. Like, anyways, all that shit, their whole office looked like a fucking spaceship. The Carpenter song that played in the first episode, it's just too many clues. It has to be about aliens. I'm sorry. No. If it's not, they fucking pranked us big time. Big time.
I would be very unhappy.
It's way too obvious. Which makes me think, like, are they going to be a side plot or a main plot?
I just hope they don't try and... I mean, because what are they going to do with the Asylum characters? They're going to try and bring back, just like a crossover, bring back all the freaking Asylum characters? It's like...
I mean, they could bring back Kit and Pepper.
But Kit would be dead by now.
Not necessarily, because Grace said time works differently over there, so I don't know.
That's true. They took him.
They took him in the 80s. Maybe the season's in the 80s.
Could be. See, that's what I want. I want like an 80s summer camp movie or show.
Flight of the Navigator kind of freaking alien shit.
Friday the 13th type of shit.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
That's what I want. I want, like summer camp, Friday the 13th, just teenagers.
No. Not Friday the 13th. Sleepaway camp.
Sleepaway camp is great.
God.
I want to fucking twist at the end like Sleepaway camp.
I've never seen that movie.
Oh my God, Kenny, you need to see it.
You got to see it.
Go ahead.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about. I don't know that movie.
It's from the 80s.
All I
Oh,
know is that
Kenny.
fucking scene of Friday the 13th where they plopped off what's her name's head was so fucking stupid.
Oh,
We
the
had
month.
all them 80s in the movies. All of them.
80s was about camping horror.
It was about horror. Yep, it was about cheesy horror.
And that's
Yeah,
my favorite
Halloween.
character.
Hell yeah. Mm.
What do you guys think about a season at a orphanage?
I could.
They
I
won't
hate
hire that many
kids.
kids. They won't
I hate
hire that many
kids.
kids.
Right? It's American Horror Story. It's not Disney. I can't see them doing that.
Child labor laws.
I like that. It's not Disney.
Well, then again, though, we said fucking last week that Disney fucking owns FX, so might as well.
I'm telling you guys, FX is going away.
Would that really be that so bad if it went away?
Exactly. Well, see, that's the thing. Exactly. What do you think Bob Iger's thing is like this little channel that really has nothing on it but a couple shows, Philadelphia and American Horror Story. Like, what is it doing for TV? How many people are really tuning in? It's like Apocalypse's ratings were really, really down, weren't they, this last season? Compared to like Colts?
Yeah, and I think Colts was too.
Mm-hmm.
I think Colts was actually less than Apocalypse.
Do you guys
Oh, was
know
it?
that every episode of Freak Show was rated an 8 on IMDb?
That's
Oh,
actually
really?
really good.
Yeah, IMDb's crap though.
Yeah, but who cares? That's awesome. That's showing some kind of love.
Oh, because Freak Show's the most intelligent season.
Okay, since this this stream is about villains, let's have a little fun scenario. Let's pick a villain from each fucking season. And what would it be like if they all met up together? Like picture
like
fucking
we have.
Picture fucking Michael and fucking Eunice.
Wow.
No, you could put
Or fucking. Would you guys consider Madison a villain of Coven?
No, she's a bitch. She's too self-centered to be a villain. She doesn't care about hurting anybody else. She just cares about her own self. That's it.
So she's although in fucking Apocalypse, it was like we got a completely different character. Like that wasn't even.
That was good though. That was good though. I did.
I like that they did that though. I did.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, she was one of the highlights of Apocalypse. She really did well.
I did not expect her character to like
neither
have character development and like become.
No.
Which they shitted that all away when they went back in time.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Ryan, why? What type of shit were you smoking? Like, anyways.
I bet you he wasn't. He turned that over to the writers.
Fuck. God damn it.
We
like,
can be down on
why?
Apocalypse for forever. Just see what season 9 does. See if we can have our show back.
I hope it's in the past. I'm tired of this modern day hashtags and fucking cell phones and Snapchats and Momo challenges and all that shit. Like, let's go back in the past. Please.
Well, it used to be every other season. And then we had Cult and...
Didn't they say because of the budget?
Yeah. They're getting less and less budget, I think, every time.
So if this season's going to be modern... That's gonna suck ass.
Well, if it's gonna deal with aliens, it's gonna be somewhat modern, won't it? Oh no, not necessarily because
not necessarily because aliens. Every time somebody thinks of aliens, it's like the '60s and Roswell and all that shit that happened. And
see, I would actually rather see the aliens come in modern day because I want to see those children grown up. That's what I want to see.
I do too.
And I want to see what they. I would like to see a crossover where kids' children and Dot's children are in the same season together.
Jimmy and
and they can do a Roanoke crossover with Bet and Dot.
Mm-hmm.
Because they must have owned it up until the nurses.
Would Sarah do Bet and Dot again though? I don't know if
Why
she'd
the
do it.
fuck
Good
not?
again,
She did
right?
Lana again. She did Billy Dean.
But Bet and
Like
Dot.
she did Billy
Yeah, but
fucking Dean. I think she'll do the
Bet
fucking
and Dot
twins
was
again.
Bet and Dot was really, really hard on her. It took
Yeah,
hours and
extremely
hours
hard.
to film
She-
every scene with her.
Every single piece of
Every
dialogue was
scene.
hours. They did like
Yeah.
8 different times because they had to get the front shot, the back shot of each head, and then each head reacting to each other. Front shot, back shot, side shot. Every little scene she was in was like 8 hours, a whole day thing. She said it was the most traumatic acting experience she's ever gone through.
Yeah, hers
Oh, wow.
hers took longer than anybody's to get done.
Yep. Yeah, so I don't know if she'd agree to do Bet and Dot again. Maybe as a cameo.
Maybe
Scene here.
they
but
could probably do something smaller that wouldn't be as big and have to be as grand.
Mm-hmm.
Something a little more temporary.
It's so funny that when they're doing the long shots of Bet and Dot and she's like walking down the street or something, you see the fake head just following her.
What was the point of Billy Dean's appearance in episode fucking 6 of Apocalypse?
Since when does Constance just have Billy Dean over for tea in the murder house after she was dead?
Or how do they get all those cigarettes?
No. Billy Dean has to be bringing her that shit because she gets all that booze and all those cigarettes all the time. So Billy Dean's always there. She has to be bringing constant shit.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so whatever.
Imagine a season with fucking like Mary Eunice, fucking Michael, fucking fucking Bloody Face, fucking
We just have a
Fiona,
straight saw.
Scathich, and all them fucking like all in one season.
Yeah,
That would be a
just
shit
a big
show.
old bloody mess. Yep.
Maybe that's
would
what
be a
the
shit
final
show.
season. Maybe we'll get that in the final season.
Oh Lord, no more. We don't need that.
No, we won't because all the fucking actors and their schedules and shit.
No, but it could be flashbacks. You know what I mean? Not like a whole season, just flashes of stuff. Like I said, what if there is some theory to like each character being like their 9 circles of hell, each character that they play, or something like that. So what if like at the very end, it's just flashes of each character they've played because you know, they've lived that hell.
It'd be so interesting. That'd be one of the most intelligent things they can do. But I don't. Is Ryan really thinking that far out of the box? Because I honestly believe he had no intention of connecting this stuff, none from the beginning. And then we got to Freak Show, and they wanted to use Pepper. Well, he wanted to use Pepper because he liked the character Pepper, and then they started thinking about crossovers.
And then Dr. Arden cut off Elsa's legs, and
Yeah.
Yep.
Can we talk about like smaller villains now?
Yeah.
I'm not going to go through each one because there's lots of them, but I just want to point out a few that people don't really think about that I think people need to think about as villains. What about, hold on, here we go.
What
about like Murder House? Would you guys consider Lorraine Harvey a villain? The one who killed herself and burnt up the kids.
Wait, when did we lose Kitty?
Like
she went a while ago. Yeah, she's gonna be gone for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Well, is that why is this? Well, is that a villain or is that selfish behavior?
I don't know.
Self-centered, because she killed herself and took those girls with her because if she was not going to have them, nobody was. If she was not going to have her life, nobody was. It was that type of behavior.
To me, that's a villain.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Again, goes back to the same question: how are we?
It is selfish, like you said. It's very much a selfish decision, but that's a very big like.
Why didn't she just fucking kill Larry?
Right.
Kill him and then move the fuck out.
Why
because people don't think that way. But also, if you murder somebody, then her life would have been ruined. She would have ended up going to prison. Those children's lives would have been ruined anyway. Those children would have been parentless. So these mothers do this all the time. You hear the stories about ladies driving their fucking cars in the river and drowning their kids and shit. It's like they're like, how do you think about your kids? It's like they're yours. They're part of you. And if you're gonna take them out, Take them all out.
I'm living for your wand right now.
I know. I always see this. This is funny. I always have a Harry Potter wand, no matter where I'm at, what I'm doing. It's like my fidget spinner. You know those fidget spinners, but I use this. That's what I fidget with.
That's cool.
Always, anywhere I'm in the house, I have one of these because it just keeps the anxiety down.
What did you guys think about Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Whatever the Fuck?
My favorite movie of the year.
I absolutely disliked it.
It was
I haven't
with
seen it, so
J.K.
I don't
Rowling.
have an opinion either way.
It is J.K. Rowling's most intelligent script she's ever written. It's fucking phenomenal. It gets better every time I watch it.
I didn't like it.
Oh, I loved it. Loved it. It's my the whole franchise is my favorite film, besides Deathly Hallows Part 2.
I would have liked it if it was a book. I couldn't picture it in the movie.
God, it's so good. Johnny Depp.
I don't know. Maybe I'll have to watch it again. I had a bad experience when I saw that at the theater.
See, I did too.
There was a bunch of loud people talking, and they got kicked out. And
I walked out of it halfway through the first time I saw it because I was very, very sick. It was one of my really, really bad days. I was very sick. I wasn't feeling it. And it's a movie you have to be invested in or you're checked out. And I was checked out. I was like, this is just a load of crap. And then I went
you know
back
what's
to
a
the theater
fucking
again.
plot hole with fucking Fantastic Beasts?
Oh.
Okay, what year was that set in when we saw Dumbledore and Hogwarts and all that shit?
You're talking about McGonagall, right?
No, with her too.
Mm-hmm.
What year was it where
26.
we saw Dumbledore? 26. What year did Moaning Myrtle die?
Moaning Myrtle died in Tom's senior year or his 7th year or his 6th year?
I don't know.
Yeah, Tom was in school because remember Tom blamed Hagrid for opening the Chamber of Secrets, and Hagrid.
And that was the what 30s,
and that's
40s.
I'd have to look up when Hagrid and Tom were in school because Tom was born the same year that Fantastic Beasts started. So Tom would have been Tom Riddle would have been an infant baby for Fantastic Beasts 1. He was born that.
Okay, when was
year.
Dumbledore born?
Dumbledore's like 100-something years old.
He was 100-something in 1990.
Yeah.
Dumbledore.
So why the fuck did Jude Law play him and not some old guy?
You guys, you know how old Dumbledore is? The real one died. That's how old he is.
I know, okay? She's probably going to have some really cool explanation about what elixir they were using or whatever goes wrong, and that's how he becomes this.
Well, no, it makes no sense, though, because...
Well, remember, though, that Gellert Grindelwald and Dumbledore loved Gellert Grindelwald. And that was like his love, his passion. And for him to turn against Grindelwald, they made that blood pact where they couldn't duel each other. Dumbledore ends up defeating Grindelwald and realizing that this whole thing was about domination of the world, very Hitler-esque kind of stuff. It was very dark for Dumbledore. So maybe that is part of the reason why he goes all hermit-ish and grayish and stuff. I trust in J.K. Rowling.
So you mean to fucking tell me he's played by Jude Law, and then 20 fucking years later he's played the Chamber of Secrets fucking Dumbledore, old as fuck. No shade to the actor. I know he passed away, but you know what I mean.
But look at Gellert Grindelwald when Gellert Grindelwald was in prison in Deathly Hallows, and Voldemort killed Gellert Grindelwald. He wasn't that old.
But see, that's what I'm fucking saying, though. He's supposed to be 100 years old in 1990, whatever the fuck, whenever Half-Blood Prince happened. And this is the Moaning Myrtle shit happened in the 40s, so he should not have been as old as he was. They should have casted somebody to, you know what I mean? In the flashbacks, I don't know.
But
maybe it's just
there might be a very big explanation for it. There might be an in-story explanation for it. That's all I'm saying. J.K. Rowling has all this mess thought out. The big one is McGonagall. Why is McGonagall there? She wasn't even born yet.
Right?
Mm-hmm. But who gave Hermione Granger the time turner? McGonagall. That's where the time turner could have come from. She had her.
So you think that's gonna come into play?
A lot of theorists do, yeah. That McGonagall, Dumbledore in the present asked McGonagall in the present to go back to the past to help him with Grindelwald. That's what they think.
I don't know. I don't know. When I saw that McGonagall was there, I fucking rolled my eyes and said, "You got to be kidding me!"
But
because
J.K. has this stuff so mapped out. I mean, this is her world.
It doesn't look like it though. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, please tell me this lady knows what she's doing. Please tell me.
Oh, she does. Oh my!
Don't get me started. Don't get me started on the cursed child. I strongly believe that fucking quote unquote book is fucking fan fiction, and J.K. Rowling just signed her name on it. It's fucking fan fiction.
First off, with Cursed Child, it was not written by J.K. Rowling. But secondly, it's
clearly
it was for. But you have to experience the Cursed Child on the stage, because it's meant to be a show. And if you go into a big family friendly big event show like that, you get what they wanted was they wanted Harry Potter Greatest Hits to play to the families. And that was a story that gave you Harry Potter Greatest Hits on stage live, and kind of like a Disneyland show. You have like all of your favorite moments and
we lost
of
Melinda.
the story.
When did we lose Melinda?
I don't know, I heard her go. Oh, we're not even talking American Horror Story anymore. Don't get me started on Harry Potter. Harry Potter's my life.
That's us though. I have ADHD, so people are gonna have to bear with me.
I'm a diehard Potterhead.
I have ADHD. People are gonna have to deal with it.
In fact, I'm buying my Cursed Child tickets for San Francisco on the 11th.
I refuse to watch it. I refuse to.
I'm dying to see it.
I will not.
Nobody's freaking talking about it. It's like, so apparently, from what I heard from the reviews, what they do
it's
on
trash.
Stage, no, what they do on stage is supposed to be so freaking magical in your eyes that you cannot figure out how the fuck they're doing what they're doing on stage. It's supposed to be the most innovative technological thing that has ever graced a live theater stage. But then people come out of there and nobody's talking about it. It's like the whole hashtag keep the secrets. It's been going on for London like 5 years or something, and nobody's still talking about it. Nobody's YouTube phone recorded the damn thing. I'm like, what the hell is so magical about this thing that everybody comes out there not talking about it? It's crazy. I can't wait to see it. I'm dying to see it.
I refuse to watch it.
I loved The Cursed Child. I didn't have any problems with it because I grew up in the theater, so I know what they were going for a live.
You mean to tell
show.
me Harry said he wished his son wasn't born over a fucking blanket that nobody knew about?
Well, there was deeper stuff in that conversation, though. Harry was frustrated with a lot of stuff right up to that point.
Can't see that happening. I strongly believe it's fucking fan fiction that turned into a book.
It is fan fiction because J.K. Rowling didn't write it, so it would be.
That's why I will never see the play.
But she put her name on it, and she billed it as the 8th story. She approved every single character, every single thing that was going on. It's like, I always tell people with franchises all the time, the creator of a franchise is going to make decisions that people are not going to like, and that's their right to do so. That is their franchise. If we want a franchise of our own, we write our own damn franchise.
So let's just fucking make an AHS season then, pretty much.
Exactly.
Let's do it.
There you go. Exactly.
Because Ryan Murphy, fuck you.
Don't get me started on Apocalypse. All right. Well, let's wrap this up.
I thought Melinda was going to go through a list. Where's Melinda?
I don't know. She just left. We started talking about Harry Potter. She checked out.
Melinda.
Are you coming back? Girl? All right. You're not coming back.
I feel bad, though, if we end it and, she has a list she wants to talk about.
Did you message her? Oh, there she is.
She's back.
Can you hear me?
She's back.
There you are. What happened? What?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Huh?
My phone died.
Oh.
I was messaging you in the comments, but you weren't reading them.
Whoops.
Oh, I can't see the. Kenny can only see the comments. I couldn't see them because the way I have it formatted. This is Lita the Strangest one, Kenny.
Ooh.
Lita's.
Don't get me started on her character and the meaningless death she had.
Oh no, so beautiful. Oh my god. Oh, kills me.
Melinda, you had a list of villains.
You can't hear her though.
We just completely lost track of it.
Oh, wait, thank you.
We started talking about Harry Potter and fucking I vented about the book but that's us though. We get off topic.
I got fucking every villain.
In fact, I'm halfway through Half-Blood Prince. Half-Blood Prince. Sorry. See, and all you people listening out there, if you read Harry Potter, read the British editions. It is a British book. Very different experience.
I have all the American ones.
I have like 5 different sets.
Melinda, what if like Stevie Nicks was a fucking character?
Oh God, so stupid.
Like imagine Stevie Nicks not playing Stevie Nicks.
Mute.
It's just
Doesn't that fuck with your
What?
mind?
Stevie Nicks just being in the show as Stevie Nicks fucks
I
with my
can't
mind. 'Cause
hear
it's just
you.
like,
She can't
So-
hear us.
hello. Hello.
Hello?
We
Use
can
my
hear
magic.
you.
Where'd you go? Hello. Say something. Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. I don't know why you can't hear us. No, you can speak. You can speak. We can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Speak. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, look, my
Can
mind
you hear
is
me
good.
like right away, or am I still
Yes.
delayed?
Right away. Right away.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I can't hear you guys hardly, though. Let me see. Okay, talk.
Hello.
Oh, I
Hola.
can hear you now. I fixed
There
it.
you
Hey.
Hey.
Stupid phone.
And mine's dying too. I had to plug it in.
I know I forgot to plug mine in when we started.
My husband was just trying to plug his phone in. Let me see how much I got. 21.
So, okay, I'm just gonna go through and read the list of what I have for each season, what I have for villains, and that way we'll just name them all off.
Okay.
Okay, so Murder House, I have Tate Langdon, Constance Langdon, Larry Harvey, Hayden McLean, Infantata, aka Thaddeus Montgomery. The 3 intruders at the beginning, I couldn't remember what their names were. I don't think it's important.
Fucking fucking Beavis and Butthead, the Three Stooges.
There you go, 3
It
Stooges.
was the strangers is what it was.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Nurse Gladys, Nurse Maria, and then the nurse killer. I couldn't remember his name, the guy who killed them.
Oh, look, my headphones are dead.
He was the serial killer who came in and killed them.
How did they get that plate that he fucking bashed our head with off eBay? Like, isn't that a crime scene thing?
People get shit like that all the time, though.
Really?
People get real like live, like crime scene. I can't talk. Crime scene shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You gotta be a special kind of fucked up.
See if I can turn this around.
Yeah, serial killers are like celebrities.
Yeah, to some people they really are. Okay, there we go. Oh shit.
We gotta see at least one Funko Pop this episode.
There we go.
Look.
We gotta see at least one Funko Pop this episode.
There you go.
Oh, the little ones?
Yes.
These Funko Pops meant so much to me when they were Comic-Con exclusive this year. I was so excited because when I was in the
Pick
hospital,
a villain, Melinda. Pick a villain.
when I was in the hospital, this is the only thing I could eat that year was these 2 cereals.
You said eat?
Yeah, these are from the Monster cereals. They're limited edition back in the 80s. And the year
I'm like, why the fuck would he eat a fucking Funko Pop?
No, the year that I see the cereals on the back. And the year that I was in the hospital, they brought the cereal back, and it was the only thing I could eat.
You gotta pick a villain, Melinda. Choose wisely.
You gotta have Papa.
Good choice.
Right in your face.
Or what it was doing, it was just gross.
Yeah, that was way too graphic for the first episode of Hotel.
But it never explained itself. It never had a story. It just was there. With his little fucking dildo penis.
Kind of like fucking Constance's fucking 5th child. Or 4th child or whatever.
Don't get me started on her.
Okay, so Then we'll go to Asylum. Oh, and then I just put down for Murder House, I put Chad Warwick and Lorraine Harvey. And I didn't put Patrick down. I just put Chad because I thought Chad was a little more sinister than Patrick was. Patrick was just horny as hell.
Yeah.
Okay, so for Asylum, I have Sister Mary Eunice McKee, Dr. Oliver Thredson, aka Bloodyface, Johnny Morgan, aka Wannabe Bloodyface Jr., the Monsignor Timothy Howard, Sister Judy Jude Martin,
Judy.
Dr. Arthur Arden, aka Hans Gruber, Lee Emerson, aka the Killer Santa. And then, like I said, I asked you guys because I wrote down maybe the aliens. And then Coven, Fiona Good, Marie Laveau, Delphine Lalaurie, the Axeman, Hank Fox, Spalding, Bastian the Minotaur, Papa Legba, the Frat Boys. I couldn't remember all their names. I didn't think it mattered. The Witch Hunter Society, the Zombies from, that episode.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy Joan Ramsey, the religious neighbor.
Shut up, Patty Lupone.
I put Kyle question marks because Kyle kind of is, kind of isn't. And then the biggest one that I thought was like a big villain because it's real life to me. I don't know, when you think about shit you hear in the news all the time and shit when it hits where it seems real and it's not like a TV show anymore, was Kyle's mother. I thought Kyle's mother stood out as a villain to me more than anything.
Oh my god, her performance. That was my
I know, and I love Mare Winningham so much. And it made me hate her so much.
Yeah, because it was great. It was such a great performance.
All right, let's see. Then Freak Show, we have Elsa Mars, Dandy Mott, Twisty the Clown, Stanley, Maggie / Esmeralda, Del Toledo, Edward Mordrake, Vince, which was Penny's dad, Chester Krebs / Marjorie. And then I put down with question marks, Gloria Mott, because she kind of let Dandy get away with stuff and kind of okayed his behavior for a while.
He was an enabler.
Yeah,
yeah, he was very much an enabler, very much. And then Hotel, I'm gonna show you guys what I wrote.
The Hotel?
I wrote basically everyone.
Yeah.
Well, let's just put it this way. Who's the good character in Hotel? Scarlett?
I was just going to say that. That's exactly who I was going to say.
Pretty much.
That's really
I can't think of any other.
In my head right away.
I can't think of any other.
I can't either. Because
what was Will Drake's son's name?
Eventually was evil.
What was Will Drake's son's name? He wasn't that bad.
Oh no, they had sent his ass off to boarding school.
What was his name?
I don't remember his name now.
Laughlin.
Yeah.
Laughlin, whatever the hell.
Close. Okay. So then Roanoke. I have Thomason White / AKA Agnes, AKA the Butcher. So the real one and the fake one. And I wrote with the other ones in Roanoke, I didn't do that, but I did with her character because I thought Kathy Bates as Agnes was kind of terrifying. The way she slowly lost her mind into the role, and the way they showed her losing it and flipping out.
She's actually killing people.
Right, and then she started really killing people.
Yeah.
So then I put, of course, Scathach, the Polk family, the Piggy Man, who was also a Polk, but Sidney James, who was the director that was Cheyenne Jackson's character.
Oh, he was a real fucking asshole.
And that's why I put him. He wasn't so much a villain, but he also knew he was putting people's lives in danger and didn't care.
For the sake of the show.
So in a way, I guess that makes him a villain.
He was kind of like every cliche, like bitchy director.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then the Chen family,
Oh.
just because they were creepy
Were
as
they
hell.
The Chin family ghosts, maybe, but not the Chin family themselves.
That's what I meant. Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have clarified. Yeah, the ghosts, not the actual family. The family was cool until they became ghosts.
Why is that little penis thing staring at me?
Is that better?
I guess. It's so gross.
And then I put Spirits of the Land because I wasn't going to name out all those people, but we
It
know
would have
all
been
the
much
ghosts.
more creepier if the drill actually was like on.
Mm-hmm.
That would be creepy. And then the last one for Roanoke I put was Lee Harris. I mean, I know we've discussed why she did what she did, but that doesn't make her any less of a villain. She just had good motive for why she did what she did.
I
But
feel
the
like
wicked
Flora
witch
is the
was
villain.
still a wicked witch.
too.
She just was a wicked witch for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
So-
Flora is the villain too, and I'm gonna touch base on it when we do Roanoke.
What the hell?
I think Flora is the villain.
Oh, and I'll mention it when we get back on Roanoke, but just something I just discovered that I wanted to share with you guys, so I'll share it with everybody.
Flora.
You know how everybody always says that they think there's a connection with the Uber driver, Rhett Snow, because his last name is Snow, like Myrtle Snow.
Mhm.
I don't know that there's really a connection. I think that they just wanted everybody to think that in the universe of AHS. I think the only reason that guy's name is Rhett Snow is because the actor's real last name is Snow.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it? He's the Red Snow.
No, it's not Rhett Snow. I forget what his first name was, but his last name is Snow.
Well, there you go.
And then, let's see, Colt. I put Kai Anderson / Marshall Applewhite / David Koresh / Jim Jones / Charles Manson / Jesus. And yes, I included Jesus.
Amen.
Because depending on who you ask, then Winter Anderson, Dr. Rudy Vincent, and we know why with all three of them. Ivy Mayfair Richards. Then I just put, instead of listing everybody, because I think each person, again, like you were saying, each person had their reasons why they did what they did. Like if you look at Beverly, you know, each person did what they did and why they got into it. So I just put Clown Crew. And then I put Manson Clan. And then I put Kai's drone-like followers. And Valerie Solanas and the Sisterhood of Scum, which includes her, but I included her separate, BB Babbitt, but that's because I think Frances deserves her own category too. Gary Longstreet, which was Chaz Bono's crazy character. Then last but not least, # Pastor Charles.
Yes. We gotta mention him a fifth time. He's the fucking coup de grace villain of the whole show. Pastor fucking Charles. We should damn well better have a season on Pastor Charles.
Let's see, Apocalypse. I put first and foremost I didn't put Michael Langdon. I guess first and foremost would be the Devil, and the Devil is season 2 and 8. But I guess just under the Devil, because the Devil doesn't get much screen time, is the Cooperative. Then Michael Langdon. But then I have them just listed. So then it's Wilhelmina Venable, Dinah Stevens, Miriam Mead, Samantha Crow, Anton LaVey,
And then Cyborg Mead.
Yeah, I'll put Miriam Mead / Cyborg Mead. Brock. The Fist, which was Amazon Eve's character. And just because she carried out some of the sadistic stuff with Mead in the outpost at the beginning. Then Ariel Augustus.
I really love the actress who plays Eve.
Yeah, she's that's a transgender.
Erica. Actress. Yeah, her name is Erica.
Mm-hmm.
And then Baldwin Pennypacker. Hannah, who was the leader of the Satanists at the church.
Mm-hmm.
Madeline, who was the main Satanist who took care of Michael. Then I put Satanist from the church. And then I put Mr. Kingery. Do you guys know who Mr. Kingery is?
No.
Mr. Kingery is the science teacher
the science
in Hell.
Yeah. Wait, I thought his name was Mr. Kingsley.
No, it's Kingery. And then last but not least,
wait, wasn't there a debacle with the
previous mentioned bad guys from 1 and 3 are in Apocalypse?
Well, wasn't there like a debacle with like Kingery? Because in Coven, they spelled it like Kingory, and then in Apocalypse it was spelled Kingery.
There could have been. I don't know.
I remember seeing that in the Facebook group.
Yeah, I didn't hear about that one. But that's pretty much my list for bad guys, except there's one more I want to add on there that I was thinking while we were talking when we were talking about
fucking Charles.
When we were talking about Asylum, I cannot remember the character's name. I hope Debbie watches this later. Debbie, if you watch this, tell me what her name is, because I know it's like your favorite character of hers or in that season. But Frances Conroy's character, not the Shaka, but the other badass.
The prison bitch.
Yeah, towards the end in Asylum.
Hold on. I got it pulled up. Hold on.
Are you?
Hold on.
Is it like Baby Babbitt or something like her cult name? I think.
Ooh, see, they didn't even give her a name in the I don't know.
Is it in IMDb?
Let me check IMDb then. What episode was she in where she played the prison shanking bitch?
9?
She was in like 2 episodes, wasn't she?
Yeah, like the one before the last and briefly the one before that, I think.
I think it was episode 12, right?
Yeah.
Or 11. It might have been 11.
Let's just look at American Horror Story cast as Frances Conroy.
They have her down as unnamed patient.
Oh, okay.
And I think that's because they didn't give her a name because Judy was going crazy thinking it was the angel of death coming for her.
Yep.
And so we were supposed to be led to believe that. So that's why they didn't give her a name. But I thought she had a name. If you ask Debbie, Debbie knows her name.
Debbie. Okay, let me see if she's on. Hold on. Let me go to the admin group.
I have no idea.
Let me ask her.
Would you guys consider Grace a villain?
No.
I don't know. Grace murdered her family over some horses.
Well, we did say Lee was a villain because she murdered her husband. So if we're going to say that, we might as well say Grace.
Say Grace. Amen.
Amen.
Where am I at? Messenger.
I don't know. That's pretty villainous of Wendy to fucking give up Lana like that to the fucking
Yeah, but I think it was shady. It really was. It was
Well, and
shady.
she died like 2 days later anyway, so it didn't even matter if she, you know.
She is not on. She was active last an hour ago.
Why is Zachary Quinto not in any other season?
Because Zachary Quinto's a dick.
Really?
Oh, I heard it's horrible. Absolutely
Hey,
horrible.
hey, hey! Don't judge. Remember, that's what I heard about Neil.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
I'm telling you right now, Gus Kenworthy and Emma Roberts are only going to be in like 4 episodes of season 9.
I love
Because
Gus.
they did the same thing with Ash Santos and whatever his name who played.
Yeah, I think they had. I think they had totally different plans for those two, and when they switched the whole show around, those two got left on the wayside because in episode 1 they had so much for going around Timothy, the voices in the room and the writing on the wall and like all this crazy shit, and then we never saw anything about it again. Never. Such bullshit.
Right, like who was the one who said 666 on the fucking mirror?
I know it none of it makes sense.
I'm gonna point him at Michael.
Huh?
I'm gonna point him at you.
I'm not. I'm not looking at
Oh, I think I know who.
Looking at you.
it.
I think it was Behold who did the 666 because he was the only one who died there that knew who Michael was.
Did
It
Behold
had
die
to have
there?
been him, right?
Was Behold part of the crew that all died there,
I don't know.
or did
I don't
Behold die
fucking
later?
know.
I
This
don't
show
remember.
is so.
I have never watched those last final episodes again.
Which episode has the lowest rating ever?
Probably
I think it was
7.
Valerie Sananas
Oh,
died for your
yeah.
sins. Rightfully so.
See, I don't. I mean, there's so many actors out there with their
I'll
own
be right back.
their own stuff. I tried to separate the controversy from their talent, and I actually didn't mind her in that episode.
All controversies aside, though, I just didn't like it.
Yeah, well, it was kind of jutted in there and kind of off-putting a bit, but I didn't mind her. Fine. That's my thing. I'm going dead. I think. %. What are you doing? Oh, sorry. Hi. Say hello to the people. I didn't mean all dog. That's my Satan dog. Got a
What
little
did
bit
you
of the
think
devil
of
in it.
them putting on Hotline Bling whenever they shot up the Countess?
Oh, it's just part of the soundtrack. It went along with the rest of the big, high-profile kind of soundtrack and designer stuff and everything that they had. Now, if they would have thrown that song in like Apocalypse, it would have been stupid.
Did we lose Melinda
Artistically,
again, or is
artistically, I
she?
thought Hotel was great. Story-wise, I thought Hotel was all over the place. Yeah, I think we lost her. Melinda, hello, hello. All we're seeing is that freaking demon thing.
Wouldn't that be funny if its head just turned at us?
No, I'm done. I'm done with the show. All y'all's bad juju. I'm out. All right, was that it? Because we lost Melinda. I gotta go. My phone's almost dead. I'm not gonna wait anyway.
All right, bye.
All right, bye guys. Why am I on the picture? Am I still here? What the hell? Oh, here you go. Stop.
Peace.